Pending legislation in the state Senate could devastate ongoing legal battles filed by counties and cities trying to clean up toxic chemical contamination.
That is according to attorneys representing nearly a dozen government entities in Georgia. Atlanta News First investigative reporter Andy Parati, we know, has covered water contamination in the region for years now. This has been something that he has been on top of, breaking this investigation wide open. He's in the studio now to explain the potential impact here, Andy.
But guys, this bill would give the Georgia Attorney General exclusive power to bring lawsuits over PFAS contamination. We're talking about those synthetic chemicals known as forever chemicals because they don't break down in the environment. If passed, the legislation would bar local governments from filing their own cases. Take a look at this map. These are some of the county governments and cities in Georgia with pending PFAS-related lawsuits. All name major chemical manufacturers and carbon makers as defendants. Local governments allege that the companies use PFAS and then dispose of the chemicals in landfills and municipal wastewater systems for decades. Nick Jackson is an attorney for the Finley Law Group, which represents many local Georgia governments in PFAS contamination lawsuits.
And by centralizing all of this power in Atlanta in one single office, it removes the power away from the local citizens. And when you take that power away from local citizens, then they may be stuck with footing the bill for some of this cleanup. And that's what we're most concerned about.
Now, last year, a blood exposure study conducted by Emory University revealed elevated levels of PFAS in many residents' blood in North Georgia. That study was compelled by multiple Atlanta News First investigations, which uncovered similar findings. The Senate Natural Resources and Environment Committee is scheduled to hold a meeting to discuss this proposed legislation on Monday at 10 a.m. We reached out to Senator Sam Watson, one of the sponsors of the bill, for comment, but we did not hear back. Andy Parati, Atlanta News First investigates.
Thanks, Andy.